Hi Leo, thanks for joining me today and welcome to this reading for December 2017. I'm super excited to be here with you guys. This is the final year of the reading, so I just want to say thank you for all your guys' care, help, and support. You guys made this a really wonderful year. Last year I did a love reading in December focusing on tarot because astrology is wonderful, but I think at the end of the year we're so ready for 2018 that only love will distract us and keep us present. So here's my present for you guys. I'm going to do a full reading with the Doreen Virtue Romance Angels deck. If you've probably seen it on the other videos already, watch for your sun and moon and rising, and then I'll only make mention of astrology. There's a couple transits mostly happening in your 5th house. I know most Leos are super excited because Saturn will be leaving Sagittarius on the 20th, which means that you're going to be free to be you again. Mercury's going to go retrograde on December 3rd. For the majority of the month, talking about new prospects and relationships. And issues with your kids are going to be a little bit on, they're going to be tentative. So be cautious, Leo. Just take it easy. So here we go. I'm not going to lay out all the cards like by showing you each one up close. If you're not sure about a card, or if you're not sure about a card, you can Google it, because this is the Doreen Virtue Romance Angels deck. It's one of the most popular decks out there. But your first card is Chemistry, Leo. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. Then we have heart-to-heart conversations. I'll show you what I'm doing in just a minute. And then we have the Unrequited Love card. So maybe issues to do with, you're working through issues associated with rejection by either your mother or, feelings of rejection by your mother. But the thing about it is that many of us have certain degrees of those types of feelings. So I'm not trying to wean something out of you, but many people have, because it's just hard being a human, right? So I'm not, no shade to your mothers, I'm not talking trash. Here is the next message. We have stay optimistic about your love life and deception. Ooh, Leo, you're getting like a whole lineup of, okay, true love. There we go. True love saves the day. And in this position, it's actually quite lovely. So congratulations. So how many? We have one more. Call your soulmate. Okay, great, good stuff. Now, only to keep it even, right? If you look at my videos, I always fidget with these cards to make them even. That's okay. We have time today. Okay, so next we have finances and career. And I'm going to be clarifying with the Holy Light Tarot in just a moment. Love yourself first. Separation. Ooh, you are going through something, Leo, in December. That's okay. Making right for honeymoon at the center of it all. What? It's the only time the honeymoon card has come up, so you guys might have something going on. Make the effort. Okay. Somebody might not be showing you their true feelings, passion. Somebody might be caring about you a whole lot more than they're letting on. Past life relationship. So the tests of the past are coming back and you're like, okay, did you learn your lessons before, Leo? That's the question. Ooh, soulmate card. In this position, somebody is playing with your ambition to find or be a soulmate to someone. Not a good sign. Flirt. Okay, so but there's a lot of fun energy worth waiting for. The true one is coming. I promise you, Leo, the true one is coming. Then we have let go of control issues. Okay, so there's like a whole task list. Let your friends help you. Okay, there's a whole task list, Leo, for stuff you have to do. However, you are going to be able to achieve it. So it's safe for you to love. Okay. And finally, we have healing family issues. It's kind of like it's Saturn in its last hurrah of your, here, let's make it even. But yeah, Saturn in its last hurrah of your 5th house of romance and love, and he's just really kicking it to you. He's really serving up a whole dose of advice and stuff that you have to do to make right in the situations that you are involved in. It's just like you have to do this and that and the other to keep it fair. You have to keep going in a particular direction and do things a certain way. You're being asked and demanded of to be a certain person. A lot of things are on the line, and I feel as though as you are trying to address real issues, then maybe something's going to come through that is a little bit unfair, or has come through, maybe even in November or October. Your bottom card is romantic feelings, so you're definitely feeling the spirit of the season. I feel as though it's like, you know, that whole movie, not a movie, but just imagine a movie where like somebody's in a slinky dress, there's like one of those disco balls, and they're looking for that person in a crowd, you know, and that's you, Leo, this December. So the core energy, enjoy the bliss of a holiday time together. So honeymoon period, you know, you're really kind of feeling each other. Everything's perfect. You have a bit of a little bit of a fog around you. You don't necessarily see the true intentions or circumstances of people, but I feel like you almost don't want to see it, or you don't need to see it. It's not a part of what you need in order to get through to where you are going. Let's see. I think that the core message for you this month is that your energy is bringing in the ideal person for you. That person is coming in, but in the intermediary phase, there was someone who stepped to you who was in a certain way, you know, seemed like the right person. They may have had money, they may have talked to you a certain way, they may have flirted, but at the end of the day, there was just, you didn't feel it, your gut didn't tell you. See, Leo is the ruler of the solar plexus, which is, the sun is the ruler of the solar plexus and also guides Leo. And the solar plexus is the chakra that is right below your heart chakra. It's yellow, and it's governed by Mars and by the sun. And so this chakra creates energy to move forward in directions, in specific directions, in order to achieve something, in order to make it work, right? So pushing forward towards achieving something, trying to make do or make right by something, trying to get to a goal, right? And so with the solar plexus activated, or trying to seek activity by verifying the ego, the self, actualizing that which you are in order to get that what you need out of life. So it's like this, what are you really being in touch with what you want and with your identity? So you're really kind of focusing on, or having to focus on, your identity in some way. I'm trying to kind of darken this up so you guys can see it better. Okay, so yeah, so focus on your identity to be really able to identify that which is right for you. And I think that you need to go the line of being in your feelings. Like, be in your feelings, understand what is the right thing for you, feel romantic, feel good, feel empowered to go in the right direction for yourself. I think that around you a true love is coming through. It's the romance of a lifetime. You can't put it off. But I think as December starts, you're doubting because this person or this situation that you rejected, you naturally rejected it, it was making you feel like you were making a decision between being alone for the rest of your life, or possibly having, you know, to pass up the perfect connection or the perfect person. And so I feel as though, you know, maybe you've had to kind of put your foot down about something. This was about self-love more so than love of the other individual. And let me tell you, that person that you rejected doesn't care. That person that was intermediary was not actually, they were only a test in the journey. Were you willing to say no? Were you willing to reject a codependent relationship in order to get out of life what you want? So it was a bigger question about your capability to cope with situations and circumstances. And that person's going to get taken care of, provided that they're a good person and they have a good heart. They will be led in the right situations. And I feel as though some of the, I feel as though things were a little disingenuous in the situation as well. So that person was, and for Leo, I mean, I have a lot of placements in Leo. I'm a Leo Virgo, right? And so, but I'm also Scorpio. So if anybody lies to me, I just hate it. It's just like, be straight up with me. And I think that's a very Leo trait, isn't it? So when someone is be flirtatious is fun and great, but when something is like disingenuous, it's like, oh no, you didn't. You know, you have that kind of moment as a Leo if someone's coming at you in like suggestive way beyond just, you know, a compliment or something. But I mean, if somebody's suggesting something for you, if someone's like, you know, maybe this will happen, like carrots and sticks kind of scene, then maybe it might be like the deal breaker. So I feel you feel that you've made a really intense decision without actually, with that person not being so bad. Like this person isn't a serial killer, and this person is not like, you know, serial killer is the easiest one to say because it's so extreme and so out of the point of most of our experiences, so it's not hurtful to anyone. But yeah, this person's not a serial killer. They're just a little bit flat and dry for what you need or for what you want. But the real truth of that is that person was not genuine with you. That person was offering up things. They were careless with love, and you caught it. And that's why you were so turned off by the situation. You were like, okay, well, I don't find that attractive. That's not attractive. And it was that, you know, I want more that led you to feel so turned off. And the more that you talked to this person, the more that chemistry just fizzled and died. That's what I feel like October and November was like for you. And if it wasn't a person, then it was a situation. It was just bland. It wasn't good. It wasn't good. And I felt as though I feel as though you believe that there was something worth waiting for. But I think that whenever you make drastic decisions like this, especially if somebody's offering you something up on a silver platter, then you doubt yourself and you're like, oh geez, you know, because it's so rare that it comes across in such a good way. I mean, lots of people come through, but the right people coming through are rare and they're hard to find. So if you're in any way intelligent, you do value people. You don't blow them off. You don't you know, take it to the bad place. So this is where you're doubting yourself. You're doubting, like, why did I actually not want this? Maybe you were the one who was rejected in a certain way too. Sorry, I'm just shifting around because my knee's falling asleep. But yeah, so maybe you were the one who was rejected, but it was because I almost feel like one person was like speaking outside of what was fair for them to speak. Like one of the people were like trying to be overly impressive or extra smart, or in some way trying to speak to a situation or a circumstance with too much confidence, you know, just trying to trying to push forward. Maybe somebody was stunting, maybe somebody was flossing, you know, they're like, oh, I have so much money, or I have this and that. And so it feels good in the moment to say it, but then what do you have to back it up? Like, where is that coming through? And if this was you, Leo, then the other person was like, I don't think they had it figured out, and I think you rejected the person because you were trying to hide the truth. If you're the Leo that did that, I mean, you know, we've all had moments of weakness where we said something stupid. I think Sex and the City, the entire show, is based on scenarios like that where we make honest mistakes as people, right? So don't beat yourself about it. This is the past influence for sure, and it's something that you come into December with. But there's this strong conviction, there's this strong belief that there's something that is worthwhile, worth your while to wait for. So there's definitely something that you're waiting for that is worth it, Leo. You're not going to have to wait forever. So I feel as though this honeymoon period comes in, and this can mean that it starts off on its own, like you're just like really feeling yourself. I know by December 20th, Saturn is out of your 5th house of romance. So you're like, those of you who are paying attention, you know what's coming. You know the shackles are falling off. Remind me to call this reading "The Shackles Are Falling Off," and you're about to be free. But this is what you're being presented with. This is your lesson of the 5th house, is let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally, right? And so the North Node is in the 1st house, bringing a huge amount of attention to your personality. So the outpouring of the effect of Saturn in your 5th house is going to be an attention to your personality. How are you going to internalize those lessons? Are you just going to be like, run out the door and you're like, I'm free, where's the nearest bar, where's the nearest man, where's the nearest woman, you know, single woman, single man? So it's like, if it's one of those scenarios where you're just running out the door and you're so stoked to be free, then if you're so stoked to be free, then that's great, that's dope. But I feel as though many of you will experience this aha moment, like, this is something I can work with to become even a better Leo, right? Mars is in Scorpio also throughout December. Mars in Scorpio is a fun transit. For you, it's a square to Leo, depending on where you are born in Leo. A square means that it's going to be a harsh energy. You're going to start tripping over yourself a bit. So but Mars starts in Scorpio at the beginning of the month on the 9th of December. So by the time we reach the 20th, Mars is going to be already with Jupiter in the 12th, right? So everybody who's an early Leo will have already passed that transit. It's those Leos that are born in the end of the month, or if you have a high placing rising Leo, so above 15 degrees rising Leo, or a moon above 15 degrees, you're going to feel as though when Saturn moves out of Sagittarius, you'll still feel a certain degree of obstacle, because Mars in Scorpio is going to create that. Emotional baggage is going to come up, you know, you're going to feel as though getting things accomplished. Family issues, you know, like, let's say that, like, you see someone at a bar, you see some person. Why am I talking about the bar? I don't even drink. So yeah, so you're out at the superstore, or that's a grocery store in Canada, but you're out at the you're out at the grocery store, and you see like a fly guy or girl, and you're like woo woo, and you're like ready to like do your Leo thing because Saturn's leaving the 5th house, and woo, what do you know, emotional stuff comes up because of Mars, and it psychs you out. So if you're getting psyched out a little bit in December, forgive yourself. Mars in Scorpio is rough. And especially anger issues that you didn't know you had, like deeper frustration issues. Maybe not anger is a hard word, but like frustration issues about issues to do with your family could come up in December, right? So anyway, so that's December astrologically. I know I'm not showing you the chart, but just trust me, it's pretty good. And definitely by after the 20th, you're much better off. And you have, essentially, you have like the clean slate, you know. Once that clears, you're free to go. You've got all this stuff going on, good stuff. You don't have heavy oppositions next year. You're just like, Leo's gonna have a pretty good year next year, and definitely 2019. So it's just, you've earned it, and this is like the shackles are falling off, right? So the honeymoon period doesn't necessarily mean that you're falling in love, which for some of you could be just this unabashed love without any kind of judgment, any kind of, you know, review. But I feel as though this is like kind of like a scene in a movie where the guy walks out of prison and he's just like looking around at the desolate land, but he's just stoked to be out of the prison. I don't know. Or like the princess in the castle leaves the castle finally, you know? So it's like that's you. Maybe we can call this video Princess in the Castle Leaves the Castle. But anyway, so whatever it is, you're feeling like super excited, and you feel that energy mounting around you. Where that energy goes is up to you, and my suggestion is that you need to figure that out. And I think you'll be super magnetic for the people around you. I think Leo and Capricorn Capricorn are like where it's at in 2018, really. Those two signs, Capricorn and Leo, are just for different reasons. And I'm not saying great for Capricorn because we have that stellium for the next 3 years, but like if you're a Leo with Capricorn transits, wow, okay, like you will need astrology readings, you will need tarot card readings, and a lot of good stuff potentially. You could become king of the world that way. So like, yeah, Leo and Cap, pretty interesting transits for 2018. There's more. It's not the only sign. I think Cancer's doing fairly well. But yeah, it's a polarizing year in 2018, 2019, and 2020. And so Leo is no stranger to that. And I think that for many of you, this will end up in a positive direction, right? And so optimism about your love life. Okay, so you start off December, and I know this has taken a really long time to set up, but I think that you need to feel the energy here, and I think that you need to like be like, whoa, this is what's going on, because it's not in what's happening, it's what's being set up that the situation is really important. And I think it's important for you to not try to control it. Don't muck in it. It's like if you're baking a cake, right? Imagine putting a cake in the oven. Look at my analogies today. I'm so lit. Okay, so you put a cake in the oven, and when you check on the cake, you don't stick your fork and like mush it up and stuff. You allow it to kind of continue growing, and that's your life right now. Like don't mush around the cake that is your life. You know, you're gonna get that cake. You get to eat that cake. And I feel as though your friends are really instrumental in that. And I wouldn't say like ask your friends like, ooh, help me, whatever, you know, but like open yourself up to your friends. I have a very good Leo friend who just keeps it bottled up, and I'm just like, oh my goodness. And she's like the most boss ass chick, you know. I really admire her, and she's just so strong and amazing. And then but she just has this thing where I have to kind of pull it out of her, and then she says, I'm really glad that we talked about it, or I opened up. So I think I've seen that in Leos a lot. I have a lot of Leo female friends, Leo male friends too, but Leo female friends a lot. It's mostly because Leos, I'm like half Leo, so like lions walk around in packs, you know. So we're kind of like that. But yeah, so hi to all my Leo friends. But some of you guys don't actually let people in, you know, because but it's out of the not wanting to be a burden for other people, you know, or that kind of thing. And so I think that your happiness rests on you welcoming other people in this month. But I think that something's going to happen in December. I feel as though something is not what it appears to be, and I think that from that there will be a really wonderful outcome that comes through while you're dealing with some inequality or unfairness, dishonesty, and you're meant to put in the effort to achieve whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. So you're called upon to put the effort into a circumstance or a situation, to make a decision with regard to a situation. With regard to a situation in which you're helping in, you have to make a final decision and take a course of action. I feel as though at the end of the month, it's really, you're stepping into a place where I feel as though the love is growing and growing. Where that connection happens between you and the other person is all dependent upon a variety of things, but that love is in your heart in December in a strong way, and really feeling passionate towards other people, towards their feelings, etc. At the end of the month, you feel a need to touch base with someone from the past and tell them about your experiences. This is a person who hasn't been a mainstay in your life, and this is going to lead to healing family issues. I feel as though some of you will talk to your parents, some of you will talk to aunts or uncles or cousins, and kind of say your piece about a situation or a circumstance. I feel as though your romantic feelings about life are gonna get sparked up. So at the beginning of December, I don't feel that you're that excited about life. You're just like, oh, okay. Like Saturn's really taken the fun out of things for you. But by the end of the month, I think that you're really in your feelings again, Leo. Here is the next reading, and so we're clarifying with the with this one, which is the Holy Light Tarot. Here we go. This is for me much more a dream state deck than a shadow deck. So when I look at it, I see dreams and not the shadows. For some people that's the same thing, but for me it's different. And I really like it. I hope you guys do too. It was released in September. I'm excited about this deck. It was like one of those decks where you get it and you're like, wow, okay, this is on point. This is what I was needing, right? So I had that feeling about this deck. So let's let your friends help you, Leo, the Knight of Wands. So I feel as though you, yeah, make that effort to physically make a connection towards other people, going a certain route, reaching out physically, or having someone come through for you. It's necessary. I feel as though someone has, I feel as though someone has lied to you, Leo, about their true feelings in the past, and they may have put you off as being uninterested, disinterested, and I feel as though you're going to come to realize that that was not true, that they were hiding something for a specific reason. You got this card for the center, which is the Strength card. Of course, that's the card of Leo. It'd be fun to see two Leos together, you know? Maybe it is Leo with Leo, because you guys are having such a unique experience. Although a lot of my Leo female friends, including myself, we always joke around that we would only like no shade to the male Leos, but it's not our thing, right? Like, so that's like an internal joke I've heard many times over. But I think that two Leos that are well adjusted to one another can be quite cute. Like really cute, actually, because they're so gregarious and they're so fun. They can be really the life of the party. Okay, so let's see the past life relationship. The Queen of Pentacles, a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. I absolutely love this card so much. So gorgeous. So yes, there is someone who you're reaching out to fix a situation or a relationship, but you're coming at it bearing fruit. Like, you're not coming at it with like, look what happened to me, I'm sad. This is like elation, celebration, happiness. Like, you're like, look what I'm bringing into this situation. I'm hooked up. I met this person. They're my true love. I'm feeling all these butterflies. Safe for you to love. Seven of Wands. Sticking up for what you believe in. There was this YouTuber that I watched, and she got married, but she was talking about how she dug her heels in with her partner in order to get him to commit after a period of making some decisions that encouraged him not to commit. Like, so anyway, I don't want to talk about her stuff, but it was the idea that she had kind of committed, she had refused to let go of her principles for a higher purpose. And I feel as though you're deliberating where's the right time to let go of your principles. Not let go, but where do you draw the line? Where do you find compromise? And I think that in any relationship, even a perfect one, which this could very well be, there is a significant amount of compromise. Definitely finding forgiveness for your family is important, particularly the mother. The theme of the mother is coming through over and over and over again. So like rejection by the mother, you know, feeling as though one or both people's mother was just not sufficient enough, didn't love you enough or didn't love them enough. And so in some way there's a necessity to find closure for those feelings and emotions. So you're really called upon, Leo, to fight any kind of negative feelings, you know, towards people who had maybe even unknowingly got caught up with you in that kind of situation. Make the effort. Let's see right here, Hermit, a Virgo, or possibly a personal journey. At the end of the day, you have to make the call on how you are going to handle things. What is the deception about? Let's find out. So let's see, the Page of Pentacles, a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. There may have been some kind of offer like, oh, we'll start a business together. There'll be some kind of outcome that you really want. And I feel as though maybe the ability of the people participating to bring that together was either too hard or was too limited. Romantic feelings, Four of Swords. So in that romance, it's almost like you resolve to have those positive feelings and let go of stress in the situation. So it's like in the romantic feelings are like a pillow or a cushion that allow you to feel whatever it is that you need to feel in the situation and let go of, you know, this. Do you notice how I'm not picking cards so much for this side? Because I feel like that's really reconciled. Maybe the soulmate card we can clarify, right? The Eight of Swords. It's like, it's because you don't know what a soulmate is back then in October. And that situation taught you what a soulmate is a bit more. And so you weren't sure what to expect from a situation, what to demand, what to see, and yeah, what to expect or what to try to get for yourself, right? And then let's see, unrequited love. There could be actually communications that are like really stark communications, like things that you hear or that are being said to you where you're like, whoa, wait a minute, did you just say that? Like, where did that come from? So stuff that catches you off guard could be communicated to you over and over and over again. Let's see, what else? True love. Let's clarify true love, but I don't. Six of Cups. Soulmate card. I don't want to push it because the spread is really good, and you know there's only so many good cards in the deck, so each time we pick a card we're decreasing the odds of a good pull the next time. Although there's still plenty of good cards left in the deck, I would say that in terms of clarifiers, we've got a lot going on here in a positive direction. I feel like I think you're coming back into yourself, and it's a honeymoon with yourself. It's like you're remarrying yourself again. You're reconnecting to yourself again. And so it feels wonderful. And yeah, the more that you get into December and January, the less the past matters. And even though the past was so boring, it was so dry, now moving forward, I feel as though you are kind of like, it's almost like it's a non-issue. It's like, meh, that was a shitty time in my life, and now I'm gonna move forward. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Happy holidays, you guys. And so I hope you enjoyed this reading for your sun, moon, and rising in Leo. Stay tuned for more readings. Check out my other readings for December. And so, yeah, have a great day. And remember, I watch these for any sign. So if I feel I have no placements in Aries, for example, but if I have a reading for Aries, sometimes some of that stuff hits home, you know? So just be open to watch whatever, and from any reader, you know, that you're inclined to. Maybe a picture sparks your attention, or maybe a timestamp in it does, like the length of the video. So just watch whatever comes to mind, whatever feels natural. Anyway, thank you guys. Happy holidays. Happy New Year 2018. Here we come. Let's go, Leo. Let's go. Bye.